Hello, hello, and welcome back to the third part of our clock page from Rhapsody in the Forest. And today we are tackling these little creatures as the last part. And I think I will not use a base for these. I will see if I can do it just with pencils and maybe go in with marker later on, maybe to get in some richer and deeper shadows if needed. We will see. These, I think they are called chipmunks. I'm not sure. I actually had to Google these. I know roughly how they look, but since we don't have them here, I actually had to Google how they look. Um, okay, and I would say let's start with these, and therefore I will bring you a little deeper. I think that's okay. Maybe focus a little bit more. Yes, that's better. Okay, and I will do them with Prismacolors for now. We will see if we choose something else later on. And I have my reference picture here. And so let's try. I think I'm gonna start with some burnt ochre since my reference picture has a little bit more reddish on the head and on the back leg, and the back is pretty gray. So I think I will try this and a little bit of goldenrod. 1 second, sorry if it's a little loud, I have to sharpen this real quick. And I just realized my sharpener is exactly 2 years old now. Because I was talking about this with somebody and I just checked when I ordered it. It's 2 years old, very loved, and it's still sharpening like crazy. Even though I think the sound is getting a little louder. Okay, so I'm starting with goldenrod as a base color to work on top later on. Around the eye it's more white, okay, and on the nose too. I think I will color this on camera together with you, and then I will do this one off camera, and then we will go to the other twos. I think that's our way to go for today. Also, in between, if you hear the doorbell, then it's time to get excited, because that means my Caran d'Ache Pablos are getting delivered. They are coming in today. Some evil coloring devil catched me yesterday, and it was kind of a reflex buy since the price is actually quite low at the moment, so it's on a discount. And I had to order them since they were roughly 60 euros cheaper than normal. And I mean, we all are happy if we get a free excuse when the super expensive stuff is going down in price. Then I mean, that's a sign from above, right? That's a sign that you have to buy, even though this month is a very expensive one for me. But yes, it has to be sometimes. Sometimes you have to follow the signs, right? At least I want to tell me this, because they were still expensive, but yeah. So, like I said, if you can hear the doorbell, then it's time to freak out for me. And but on the other hand, that means that I have to swatch again, and as I told you in another video, I love swatching so much. Not That's really something that I'm not looking forward to, but it has to be. It has to be. Okay, it's a little brownish on here, just a little bit here and there. Although I'm trying to flick a little bit, I don't think you can see it later on. I'm not aiming for a super hyper realistic fur at this point, but okay, for now, I think here it's a little darker. Here, and let's say here, a little tiny bit. Feel back there, at least on my reference picture, it's going a little bit more into the yellow even. So let's go for yellow ochre, just a bit. Okay, it's enough. And then I think I will work with the French grays, since we are having a little bit more of a brownish gray going on, and I will start with the French gray 20%. I think this is a darker stripe. Kanoko, there's a stripe missing. If I do this dark and this white, then I would need a stripe here for dark, then normal fur, then once again dark. Kanoko, we have a problem here. Mayday! Okay, but we will figure it out somehow. Let's just do this first, and then we will see how it goes from there. Because just so you can see what I mean. So if here's this darker stripe, this one, then means this light one is this one. But then, then I would have to fit in here this dark stripe, this normal stripe, this dark stripe, and then there has to be a white one again. But this will not fit. It will not fit. But anyway, maybe we will just lay down the dark stripe onto the line here and onto the line here, and then the white stripe will be very thin. We will see what we are doing. Now I just base color first. Also, I bring in a little bit in the white stripe. I'm very sure these will be my white stripes, so if they are sectioned out like this already, then we will use this. And around the eye, it's also a little white, grayish. The tail, there we will have to work in some stripes too later on, but this is just my base color. Okay, then French gray, where's my 30%? Or do I want to go deep already? Let's go deep already. So French gray 70%. Okay, where do we start? His neck is a little darker. His shoulder is a little darker. Let's do his breast a little darker since there's no light. Okay, and then just a little bit. How's your belly? It's pretty much white, okay. So we can leave it there. It's again going a little darker in his neck area. And this foot, since it's in the background, can be a little darker. Here too. Okay, how's your back? Pretty gray, okay. Pretty brown, okay. Then in between here, we try to get in a few flicks, not too much, so we still have a range to go darker. Okay, then on his tail, where do we lay down your stripes? Let's do one on this side, because his tail is striped too. I think these are so cute. I'm so sad that they are not origin for us, so we don't have them here. They're so cute. Okay, let's imagine a stripe here. Just roughly lay it down. Just try to follow a little bit the way the fur would go. Just roughly. And I think at this point 2 stripes is enough, since we can't see around the tail pretty much. Okay, for now. Then the next darker one would be French gray 90%. Not sure if you can see properly or if the camera is a little too bright. Let's see. Yeah, didn't change much, but maybe a bit. Okay, so French gray 90. Let's bring in those dark stripes and we will lay them down directly next to this line. They will be quite thin, because otherwise they will not fit into this little space here. So therefore we have to adjust these stripes a little bit. To fit them in. Okay, I think it's a little too gray. Now I'm losing the brownish color a little bit, so let's bring in espresso. I love this color. I think espresso was one of the first Prismas ever that I had to replace. And then I remember I couldn't because they weren't in stock at the time. I was freaking out. And it took them forever to come back to stock. I think that's enough for now. French Crate 20 to get a little bit of variation in the white stripes too. Otherwise, if they are too straight, they look not very natural. Okay, and then once again French Gray 90 because we need a little bit darker ones, darker flicks down here too. Otherwise it looks too flat. And I know that Prismacolor are not the best pencils for fur or hair because they don't hold the sharp tip very long because they are so soft, but I mean these are little creatures. It's not that they cover the half of the page and I would have to constantly sharpen them. So for these little guys it's okay. If I would have a huge object, then I would probably not do them with Prismacolor, just because I would have to constantly sharpen them to get the tip sharp. And although I'm twisting the pencil around, I mean, you would have to sharpen it anyway. So, okay, little shading here and there. I don't think I want to overwork them, so they are so small. You will not look at each and every little hair in the fur individually, I think. Okay. Here and there just to break up this flat color area. Okay, then here in the tail. If the paper would lay down, that would be great. I have warm hands, now I have to be careful with the Tombow. Not to get it on my hands. That's the tricky part. Although we colored this hours and days ago, it will still lift if you touch it with warm and a little bit of sweaty hands or whatsoever. You're still risking that you get it on your hands and then smooch it around. Okay, then a little bit of French Gray 30. Where's 30? Here. Paper. Book. Lay flat, please. Okay. And then espresso. Good. Then just goldenrod. to get a little bit of blending going on and get the color a little deeper. Now that we have laid down the areas where which color should go. Okay. Then we have burnt ochre. At this point, I'm not working with my reference picture anymore. I mean, every animal is different, and so if it doesn't fit the reference picture 100%, then it's just fine, then it's just nature. So now I'm just doing what looks good in my eyes. Okay, like that. Now I need something really dark. Where's my black? I think I have to sharpen this once again. Does it hold? Yes. Okay. Once again, the extender. Careful twisting. Oh, I think I reached already the extender. Maybe let's do something else. Yes, look how tiny it is. Okay, there's nothing much that we can do, but we have another small one and we can join them together and then we have a longer one. Give me 1 second to bring out my tape. Okay, so let's use some black now. If you're wondering what happened here, I just made another video on how I did this, why I did this, and it's already uploaded, and I will try to remember to put it somewhere here in the corner. Where's my, yeah, here. Or maybe here or here. I don't know yet, but somewhere it will appear, and then you can just watch what I did here and why I did it. And then we will just bring a little bit darker color contrast in. I just realized I forgot to talk. My brain was somewhere other different in another space. Okay, then we go to French gray 50%. Just for the dark areas. Yeah, somehow my brain just stopped working and just completely zoned out. And I think I'm at this point down here, the fur looks a little weird. Teeny tiny bit weird. Okay. So a little bit on his nose with the burned ochre. I feel it's missing something. And the goldenrod. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay. What are we doing? What are we doing? Okay. It's compared to the rest of the page, I feel we are missing a little bit depth right here. Therefore, I will bring out my Stabilo Fineliners. Once again. And what do we want? We want something dark. Okay, so I will take the thin ones, and this is number 97. It's a dark gray. And then it doesn't work. No, it does. Okay. Just very short flicks in the darkest areas. It doesn't probably work, but it's okay. Since this is very teeny tiny, fiddly, I'm fine if I don't get the huge streaks. If I would have just used pencils on the rest of it, in my opinion, it wouldn't be so obvious that the pencils look way finer and lighter than the rest. Then I could skip this, but since we went quite dark on the rest of the paper, of the page, there's just a difference that you can see, in my opinion, and I don't want those creatures to look somehow too pale or too light. I want it to match the rest. And it's not much that you need here. Just a bit of the dark. And then bring in the dark stripes, or make these stripes even darker. And of course these flicks are of course more obvious than the rest that we did, but I think that really helps here. Okay, it's already enough. Maybe here a little bit of, since this paw is back there, Yeah, okay, I think that's better. And then we will take a brown, also the fine tip. That's number 89. And just a little bit. This is more obvious than the other one. I try to not do too long stripes, streaks, but more the short ones. And I hope you can see, although I don't lay down too much color, it already changes the appearance. Okay, and then the lightest brown that are in there is number 88. And this should bring everything together. Okay, I think I like that. Maybe on its back a little bit more. But I think I'm happy with that. And that's how we will do the second chipmunk here. 2, I think that's okay. I was thinking about bringing in some of the white jelly roll, but I think we managed to leave enough white so it looks somehow realistic. I hope at least. And then I will just quickly do the other one and then I will be back and we will go up to the little bird. Okay, there we go. Second little chipmunk is done. And I actually decided I want to do this little fella up here next. And let me see what colors we will use for him. I want him to be a little more on the reddish side. So let's see. I think sienna brown will be good. Terracotta will be good. Whoop. Stay here. Pumpkin orange just in case, not sure. Burnt ochre as chocolate and espresso. We will see if we will need everything. So what's the lightest one? I think burnt ochre. Or do we have something more orangey already? I think mineral orange will be our base color for him. So let's see. These we have here in Germany. So these we have. I don't know, do you guys have more of the red ones, the brown ones, or more of the black ones? We have both, but the black ones are way more rare than the black ones. I know one of those species is the bad guy and one is the good guy, so there's one color that should be there and there's one color that shouldn't be there but is pushing the population of the other ones back somehow. But I'm actually not sure which one is the good guy and which one is the bad guy. At least for some areas, because I heard something that one species was brought in from another area and it just keeps expanding its population where it's now. It's just an invasive species. And it shouldn't be there. But like I said, I'm not sure which one is the good one. I mean, it's probably also pretending on where you are, because if the species that's invasive in one area originally comes from another area, then it will look different. Okay. Burnt ochre. Yes. Burnt ochre. Up here you can barely recognize any fur anyway, so when I'm flicking, it's just more reflex than actually needed at this stage. This should be some kind of twig, but I don't want to bring out all the colors from the greenery just for this little space, so whatever. Because everything is already put away. So it will be a part of this little guy now. One second. Okay, sorry for that. People like to call me when I'm recording. Where was I? Okay. Then let's go. Let's see if the phone will ring again. They barely call me while I'm not recording, so somehow people know. At least it feels like. Oh, and also I said I would tell you what each of these, or what some elements are called in German. So I think that's gonna be a good situation. So as far as I know, these are called chipmunks, right? In German, these are Streifenhörnchen. So a little bit longer. This one is an Eichhörnchen. I'm sure if I would write it down for you, you would look at it and think, what the heck? Yes, and this is eine Taube. It's a dove. Taube. So absolutely not similar to the English names. And the word Eichhörnchen is even hard for German kids to learn. It's not the easiest word for Germans to learn in their kids. But especially since this word has two CH in it, and that's something I know that's tricky for not German people. They are struggling a little bit. So it's Eich, CH, Eichhörnchen. So it's, yeah. But then there are the German words of the day. Okay, then we go to sienna brown. Then I'm starting to press a little harder. And twisting my pencil while I'm coloring, while I'm flicking, so I can keep a sharp edge as long as possible. Okay, then go back to burnt ochre. Once again, a little more pressure now. And keep twisting the pencil. Okay, sienna brown again. Oh, and in the meantime, the doorbell rang. The Pablos are here. I'm very happy. I was a little bit fangirl screaming when I opened the package, I have to admit. Just a tiny bit. And you know these scenes in movies when they open a treasure box and there comes this glory shine. That's pretty much how it went for me. At least it felt that way. Okay, back to mineral orange. And they are so pretty. So pretty. But I don't know if I took out the cases in the box in a wrong order, but somehow the color order didn't feel correct for me. Not in the tray itself, but between the trays. And yes, I of course ordered the big set, so the 121. I mean, yeah, not kidding around here. That's just usually what I do. So if I decided on jumping into a new medium, then I will usually get the biggest set right away. Okay, shall we go a little bit more reddish on this? So let's try terracotta and see where we go. Just for now, a little bit here and there. I don't want it to be red, but I want him to be a little bit more on the reddish side, red brownish side. Okay. His tail is still looking a bit flat, a bit too bright, or too light at least. Not too bright, but okay. And then we start to get in some more brown. Then the next color is chocolate. Can you even see anything? I just realized on camera that I'm just having my hand over it all the time. So I hope you could see till here what we did. Otherwise it would be sad. Okay, that's enough for now. And espresso. In the darkest areas. Now we are already on the part of shading. I hope you can see that in some areas it's getting darker and a little more defined. On this part of his head I have to be careful because I didn't lay down very many layers of Prismacolor up here. Therefore the surface is a little different and not as smooth and closed as on the rest of his body at this point. Okay, and black as the deepest one for the Prismacolors, and then we will also use some fineliners. Just keep the techniques for the similar elements also similar. So not just the technique, but also the stuff you're using, just to have a more consistent end result. Unless, of course, you are going for this effect of just using something obviously different in different areas. I mean, of course, but okay. And then I will bring in even a little bit more of the goldenrod. Now that I have the extender free, because I taped my black stubby on the other pencils, I have one free again. And then just bring it all together with this goldenrod. Don't know, do they have white feet or not? I'm not sure. Now he doesn't have white feet anymore. It's my squirrel, so. Okay. And we are redefining a little bit up here. Yes, I think I like him. So let's try to match the fineliner. I think we will use again the number 89. Let's see if we have something else that we can use. Oh, I think number 38 could match too. Let's use 38 and see how this works. I start in the darkest areas. And from the bottom. A little bit around his neck. Oh, I have to be careful, this is very obvious. So, not too much. In this case, it's actually pretty good that the fineliner doesn't grip too much on the paper because of the Prismacolor. Okay, and the tail. And I almost use no pressure at all because I want the lines to be as fine as somehow possible. So I'm just scratching the paper and not actually coloring. So really, really, really light-handed and fast. Try to be fast. Faster you are, the thinner the lines. Okay, I think that's enough for now. Then the 89 that we used in the chipmunks already. I think I like that. Looks good to me. If it's too much, too obvious, as long as you're fast, you can just dab the color off with your finger a bit. Does it look good? Yes, like that. Happy. Okay, then once again back in the tail. Our little squirrel. Okay, snout a little. Ooh, do. Okay. And at last one, the dark gray that we also used in the squirrels, the number 97. Okay. Very, very light-handed now. Okay. If you use your finger, the streaks will not look too obvious, but still there. You will just step up the excess color, the excess ink. Okay. So, but for this guy, since it's up above there, I will bring out my Jelly Roll 05, just a tiny bit. I feel this one can have a little bit more definition now. I mean, at least if my gel pen wants to cooperate, that would be nice. Just very light. You can barely see it. It's there, I promise. That's ridiculous. Okay, 08. Maybe this will work a little better. The joy of gel pens. At least a little bit more than the 05. Okay, and up on his arm a tiny bit, and on his little feet, just because I think we lost them a little bit in the process. That's better. That's better. For real, come on. Work. Work, please. Yeah, no. 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 Too fast. I think the motion could be too fast for the gel pen. So this little ball up here is maybe can't handle the speed. Just doesn't make any difference, right? So, okay. So, 3 done. 1 more to go. So, all the colors, all the pencils. Okay, go over there. Okay, fineliners, go over here. Good. Then, the little doll. Here I will use the cool grays. I have pencils all over. I don't like that. Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry for this. I just can't. I can't. Okay, so base color, cool gray 20%, then cool gray 50%, cool gray 70%, and doves are a little bit more on the bluish side too. So where is my no, not periwinkle. Where are you? Here, slate gray. Mediterranean blue, maybe. Okay, let's do it. Let's try these, and then we will see if we will need some more colors. Okay, and then you look them up for reference and realize they have some green and even a little bit of purple in them. So great. Although I saw these birds in thousands in German cities, I could actually not remember that they have some green spots. So it's okay. We can add them that in. No issue, no problem. Let's just bring out the true green and light green for now. I'm sure we will use something darker later on, but just to get an idea where we are going. We bring you into the center a little bit. Okay, so where is my base color? So they are very bright on their wings. I can't believe that I actually color a dove with a reference picture. There are so many of them in the bigger cities here. Don't know if it's the same thing for you guys, for not German people, but we are actually calling them the rats of the sky. There are so many. Okay, this was the cool gray 20% that you can absolutely not see on camera, but it's there, I promise. This little thingy on the beak. Okay, then we go to cool gray 50%. Just base the breast a little. I know we don't have fur here, but don't know. Now my hand is trained to flick for some weird reason. My brain just saved the motion and will continue. Okay, here where it's a little darker. We are just piece by piece getting there. Okay, then we will already lay down the green parts. It's just a little bit on the neck. Okay, that's enough for now. I don't see why this color is called true green. I wouldn't consider this true green. For me, true green would be more like a Prussian green or an olive green, but to each their own. Okay, what else could we bring? What could fit? Cobalt turquoise. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. I think that's okay. That fits. Fits quite good. Okay. And then just the lightest one, the light green again. Okay, and the true green. Okay, good. That's out of the way for now. Then down there's a little bit of purple that drives me crazy. Okay, so indentron blue. Down here. Okay, just a tiny bit, then violet. For real, why are you so colorful? You're just a gray bird. Now we realize they are more pretty than we thought. Okay, I think that's enough. For now, should we? No, that's very dark purple, so maybe a little bit of violet blue. Could be okay. Violet again. Okay, so that's enough. That's enough. It's not a parrot. And then we go back to the grays. So 70% cool gray. Let's get its neck darker. And on the edges I go over these colors that we just laid down to get a little bit of a blend going on. Two. Okay, so here you are darker. And on the neck. And the beak is also dark, at least the bottom part. Somehow I feel that this bird is actually the most difficult part of these animals. Mainly because I didn't remember how much color they have. So that could be an issue, but we will get there. Okay, so they are on the breast a little darker and the bottom actually a little lighter, but since the bottom is in the shadows, or there will be a shadow, I think we can go a little darker there too. Their necks are actually pretty dark. I think I will need some indigo blue there too. For real, why is this bird so freaking tricky to color? Okay, then slate gray. That's a little bit more bluish. If somehow this green spot is too obvious, let's tone this down a bit. Okay. We are not dark enough yet. Okay. I mean, when I look at the reference picture there, you can't see that much of the structure of the feathers, so that's something we don't have to bother with. Okay, where's my French crayon? 90%. Okay. I'm gonna do the neck darker again. I think now we are getting there a little bit more. Okay. The chin is a little darker as well. I wouldn't have thought that the dove will be the part where I'm actually struggling, but we will get there. It's fine. I thought, oh, okay, that's not fur, that's easy peasy, easy going. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for nothing, dove. Thank you for nothing. And it looks so terrible on camera. Maybe it looks better when I bring you up a little bit. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It still looks terrible. Okay, now the focus is off. Okay. Okay, so bear with me. I will try to make it a little less terrible. Trust the process. It's just the ugly teenager stage at this point. Okay, so there's kind of a pretty obvious border where it's darker and where it's not. I'm still using this light-handed because I'm still trying to figure out where which color is and where it should be darker and where it should not be darker. Okay, let's bring in some of this absolutely unpronounceable blue. Okay, black, just because I'm losing patience. They are not actually black, but like I said, getting lazy. Could do the same thing with the cool gray 90%, it would just take longer. Okay. Then what do we have? Cool gray 50%. Now we are working on the lighter areas again. And blend a little bit up here. The head is also a little lighter, brighter. Okay, the wing is even more light than the rest of the bird. And this is dark again. There's kind of a dark stripe going on in the wing. Here, and these feathers here are also dark. Nope. the blue tone. These down here, and then black. Okay. And a little bit of shadow underneath the wing. I'm very happy that we are really good in time today. That's cool gray 70%. Okay. Okay. Cool gray 10%. Now I'm trying really to burnish the birdie a bit, so I'm pressing harder now. Can you see a bit? Okay. Okay. Now the 70% again, because this neck should stay dark. And they have red eyes. I don't know if I want my bird to have red eyes. I mean, it would be true to color, but I don't want a diabolic dove in my clock. I don't think that would be a good omen. I think he will have a brownish eye. And will not be the dove of the devil or so. I don't want that to happen. Okay. Now let's try a little bit of indigo blue. Let's see what happens. Yes, that's good. That's good, that's good, that's good. Do I like that? I think so. I think so. The wing looks a little bit flat, so 70% again. And under the wing a little bit to separate it from the rest. Okay, looks good. Then let's give him a brownish eye. I think I will do it directly with the Fineliners. That's number 98. Can barely see anything, but well. Okay, and then white Prismacolor. If we are already working with Prismacolor, why not? Just on the lightest parts, and to blend it also a little bit, then his head should be lighter. A bit on the neck. And a bit on the belly. Pressing quite hard now. Not like Hulk hard, but pretty hard. Good. Okay, I think we are getting there. We are getting there. We are getting there. We are getting there. Okay, now we lost a little bit of the dark areas here. Let's cool grain 90% again. And then we lay down the shadow from the twig. It looks weird now, but it's just how it is. It's just where the shadow should go. But okay, so now I really want my jelly roll to work. That would be very great. So ooh, no. Okay, you can not see this, that's fine. Okay, redefining the beak a little bit more. Now I'm just trying here and there. It's too much. Okay. And where these feathers were shiny green, let's switch to the 0.5 again, because these dots would be too big. And for some reason now it wants to work. That's great. Thank you very much. Okay. It's a little too much. Okay, I think we like that. Just super light-handed, almost not touching anything. Okay. The wing. And I decided that this page will not get a background for me. I don't think so. In my opinion, it doesn't look like it's missing something. It's just a focus on the image itself. So I'm completely fine with not giving it a background. And I don't say this because I'm lazy or stuff, but why should I add something when I think it's completely fine how it is? Sometimes some pictures just don't need a background. I'm not completely fine the way they look. Okay, but now I just realized that I want some shadows down here too, some deeper shadows, since this bird is sitting partially inside, because you can't see its feet. Okay, this was 90% and now we are going in with black. Define the wing a little bit more. Okay. Then cool gray 50%. Okay, I think that's better. And then just quickly with the dark gray fine liner, define it even more. Just here and there, very thin lines. Okay, just to separate it again from the stuff behind. A little more, and am I happy? Am I happy with it? I think I'm happy with it. So that means Let me bring you up. As I said, we will not do a background, and that means, ladies and gentlemen, we are done. It's finished. It's finished. I really love how the animals came out. Really like them, really love them. I think they're so cute. And I'm really, really happy. So yes, once again, you made it through all 3 parts, hopefully, of this page. I hope you like it. I like it very much. Like I said, I don't feel like it's missing a background. It's just enough for me. I feel if I would add like a green background, it would be too much. A red background, in my opinion, wouldn't fit. A yellow one also, nah, not really. So therefore, I think it's just how it's supposed to be at this point. And so I want to thank you all once again for watching and for subscribing and for commenting. You guys are awesome. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Hope you like it, and I hope to see you all in the next video. And until then, bye!